I'm going to show you how to make plain steamed long grain white rice on the stovetop. You're watching the Bear Pantry Show. This is one of the items that Belizeans eat a lot of, white rice. And many Belizeans cook it differently. Some people will add coconut oil, coconut milk, cooking oil, butter, and salt for sure. But for me, when I'm cooking white rice, I make it plain, just water and white rice. Because whatever else I'm eating it with, chicken, beef, fish, has enough salt and flavor to go with it. So this is just the way that I trained myself to eat it years ago and train my children so that we don't have to add anything that's not healthy to the white rice. And of course, brown rice is always better, but today I'm going to teach you how to do plain white rice. Okay, remember I showed you when we measure white rice, and we want to measure the liquid to the rice, I use this first line on the tip of my finger, right? That's my measurement from the tip of my finger to there, and it'll work with anybody's finger. So if you don't want to stick your finger in a pot of water to see the measurement, then just get like a rubber or a nylon pot spoon like this, measure it with your finger and etch a spot in it, and that will be your measuring utensil to make any type of rice or rice and beans. So let's start adding the water to this pot, and we'll see how much water we need to add to make this rice perfect. So you can see my etched spot right there, right? So I have 2 cups of water that I'm starting with. I'm just going to pour it in there. See the rice, the spoon, you want the spoon to set on top of the rice and not jam it down to the bottom of the pot like that. You want it to set on top of the rice, the tip of the spoon, and you keep pouring the water until the level reaches that mark on the spoon. See, we need more. So let's get a little bit more water going to this spot. And I'm going to measure with my spoon. This is kind of like a dipstick, I guess. See, a little bit more. And then that's the top of the rice. And that's my line. See? That's how you know that the water is perfect for this amount of rice. And no matter what size pot you cook it in, this spoon can always be your dipstick or your guide to making perfect rice. The spoon is dry, so let's take a better look. See? Right at the top of the rice, right where the water is at our mark. So this is another little trick that you can use to make perfect rice. So I'm going to turn the fire on high, and we're going to start cooking the rice. While the rice is cooking, let me show you that I bought the simmer ring. Remember I told you guys I had an old ratty one before and I didn't know where to find new ones? Well, one of my viewers that came to visit me told me that I could get it at Amazon. So I got it. It's actually a heat diffuser, and you can use it on gas or electric ranges. This is a brand new one in the package still because I bought 2. They were reasonable enough that I could buy 2. And when the water cooks out of the rice, we're going to go ahead and put this underneath the pot so that we can disperse the heat evenly to make the rice even fluffier and better. So it's been about 10 to 15 minutes and the water has cooked out of the rice, and what I'm going to do is use this serving fork and I'm just going to move it around. I'm not digging on the bottom of the pot because I don't want to mess up my non-stick. But this is all we do to the white rice. You know, like I said before, if you want to add salt, you can add salt. I'm going to put a cover on this too, and I'm going to put that simmer ring underneath it. That diffuser, if you can add onions, you can just add about anything you want to add to this rice, but we're making plain steamed white rice. So let me get my diffuser. So here I have my simmer ring or my diffuser that I'm using right now. This is a new one. And I'm just putting it on the fire. I'm not turning the fire down. It's on medium. I'm just going to put my pot of rice on it and allow this to cook for another 5 minutes or so until I come and stir it again and see if I have to turn the fire down. Stirring the rice. This is about 5 minutes later after I stirred it the last time. It's pretty much almost done. This should take no more than 20 to 25 minutes. It's not minute rice. It's long grain white rice, but it shouldn't take too long to cook. See, it's not too sticky. It's not hard. There we have our finished product. Beautiful long grain white rice cooked within 20 to 25 minutes. So as you can see, I didn't use a rice cooker. I don't even own one of those machines because I don't like the way the rice comes out in those. It's kind of too sticky for me. And so I had to really practice and practice hard to learn how to make white rice. When I first got married, I really and truly didn't know how to make rice, and it came out awful each and every time. It was always too hard. The grains was always breaking out fillings and crowns, and it was just awful. It was so awful that for a while I wanted to give up on learning how to cook. But then finally, no matter what Joe did to show me how to make the rice, I just couldn't get it the way it was supposed to be. And so then I just figured out in my own little brain the different measuring things. I would see how much water he puts. I would try to get a measurement, try to find a measuring tool, until finally I learned to do the things that I showed you today. And I showed it to my older son because he's the one that likes rice. None of the other children likes white rice. And I showed him how to make it, and he always makes perfect white rice. So I know if you follow all the little tricks and tips that I've showed you, you're going to get your rice perfect also without a rice cooker. Thank you for watching. I love you for subscribing. Thank you for picking up the book. And until I see you again, take care.